So this week is the deltoids. There are 3 deltoids, 3 parts to the deltoid muscle. You have the anterior, which is in the front. You have the lateral, which is on top. And then you have the posterior, which is on the back. And in Dr. Ray's Long on page 167, he just shows that beautifully. So, excuse me, let me step back. So the anterior, what does it do? It actually moves the arms forward and up. And if you have tightness in the posterior muscle, it's hard to actually lift that up because it's pulling in those two, the insertion and the origin away from each other. So it's hard to actually move the arm forward. Now the lateral moves the arms away from the body, so it abducts the arms, such as Virabhadrasana 2. And then posterior muscles, it draws the arms back. Now you'll definitely feel this moving the arms back. You'll know you'll have tightness in the anterior section. So they are each other's antagonist muscles. So let me just flip through here for just a moment. Excuse me. So a way to help awaken the deltoid muscles is to do east side stretch or a variation of wheel. And I have a chair here to help kind of get us into that. So east side stretch, a nice way to come into it. I like to come into it slowly. So you could just bring the arms behind you and squeeze the shoulder blades together. Now, I'm going to start on my left side. I have a tendency to start on my right side, but I'm going to start on my left side so you can actually see the placement of my body. Stepping the left foot in to where my left knee was. And this is a great way to introduce east side stretch. So again, squeeze the shoulder blades together, press the hands firm, and then with an inhale, press into the feet and start to lift the hips up. Shoulder blades squeeze. If comfortable, head drops back. So a lot of weight is pressing into my left foot. And then with an exhale, go ahead, come back down. Now, if it's challenging to do even kind of a half of that east side stretch, you could simply just come into staff pose where you start to press down and squeeze the shoulder blades together. And this helps build up the strength to eventually come into a handstand. So again, pressing down, and you could do the other side, or you could go into the full posture where the hips press down. The feet press down and the head drops back. And you could really feel the arms extending and working. Now if that is just too much of a challenge, you could come into reverse tabletop pose. Same benefits, you just don't have the leverage of the legs getting you to go deeper into the pose. So to do this, to help strengthen the arms using a chair, go ahead, come up onto the chair. And obviously you need a chair without arms or a fitness ball. And make sure they have enough core stability to be able to do this on their own or be there with them to help. I like using a chair because they do have the ability to control themselves a little bit more. So you scoot your butt closer to the one side, and then you just simply start to lay down, head dangles, arms come down, and from here you could start to press into the hands, and you could let the elbow squeeze in. So this just helps to awaken those deltoid muscles. It's very slight, but it allows the people to eventually start to feel comfortable in a back bend, start to feel comfortable just allowing their head to drop and to go into that reverse-like manner. So one thing that I didn't mention yet is the lateral, the outside part of the deltoid. Now when it is tight, it's very challenging to do poses where the arms cross over, such as Garudasana, eagle pose. So I'll just demonstrate half eagle. So you would bring one arm on top of the other and maybe the palms touch. Now you could always hold on to a strap or a belt of some kind, and that would help. And to get deeper into this pose, remember the rhomboids. Try to engage the rhomboids. You're really going to feel those lateral deltoids getting stretched. Obviously the posture, you want to sit up tall. And also gently try to squeeze the forearms together. You're really going to get a nice stretch in the deltoids and the lateral deltoids there. So obviously do both sides. And again, rhomboids engaging, forearms gently squeezing. So when you squeeze the forearms, that actually starts to engage the lateral deltoids. And it also helps to stretch out their, for me, I feel it in the insertion point on my humerus bone, and some up in the shoulder where the origin of the lateral deltoid is. So many options for people to work on where they are. But again, a first step into strengthening the arms, strengthening the deltoids is just coming down into staff pose. That's such a wonderful way. And one more little trick is grab some blocks. And again, this just helps to awaken the arms. So if it's too much to even step the feet in, simply, and this engages the trapezius as well, pressing the hands down and just starting to straighten the arms. So you don't have to go far. And there's blocks that are actually smaller than this, or maybe you get some books, completely fine as well. So just, you know, common sense. You press down and you're going to start to feel the trapezius as well as the deltoids engage. But remember not to let the ears and shoulders come close. You want to try to shoulders away from the ears, and then maybe straighten the arms. So go ahead and play around with the deltoids, and if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to contact me. So have a great week.